Hello everyone, my name is Maryam MoneyWali here. I'm 12 years old, a student at Rehan School on Academy, and today I'm going to interview Fahad AI Wala. He is also a student at Rehan School on Academy. He has interviewed a lot of foreigners, so we will know about his life journey, his life goals. So let's welcome him. Assalamualaikum Fahad, how are you feeling today?
Walaikum Assalam. I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm also feeling amazing to have you as a guest in my interview. So, before I step to the questions, would you like to give a short introduction about yourself so that my viewers and audience can know you better?
Yeah, sure. So, hi everyone. I'm Fahad AI Wala and I'm student and interview captain at Rehan School Online Academy. I am 15 years old. I'm passionate about AI and I'm based in Pakistan, Karachi. So, this is my short introduction.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to ask you about that. Like, how did you got to know about Rehan School and why did you kept AI Wala?
I found out about Rehan School. It's been 2 years or more, I guess. We visited at Rehan School Karangi campus, which is physical campus located in Karachi, and like it was about when the Rehan School started, like it was new, and the Rehan School physical campus was under construction. So, and Rehan School Online Academy was not shaped, Rehan School Online Academy doesn't exist at all. So we went to Rehan School physical campus. We visited there. We met Sir Dora Taylor's Wala. We met Sir Altaf Education Wala, who is principal at Rehan School Karangi campus. Then we found that interesting, you know, because we found Rehan School very unique school. Then other school. So we discussed this with Sir Dollar Taylor's Wala. He interviewed me and my mother. Then we simply, get the admission in this school in Rehan School Online Academy. And why I chose Fahad AI Wala, because I've been always, being interested in AI, artificial intelligence, and in IT, you know. So that is the biggest reason why I chose AI Wala. I hope that answered.
Oh, that's really great. Well, so my next question is that as you're the interview captain at Rehan School, so are you happy with this? And how did you become the interview captain? What was the achievement you had that you just jumped higher and became the interview captain?
Sir Han chose me for the interview captain, like he considered me for this job, and you know so I think because I was interviewing many foreigners, at that time also, I'm talking about 5 no 3 to 4 months back. I was interviewing daily foreigners, and I'm still doing daily. So Sirhan simply chose me for this job, and I don't know about the rest. What was the rest of the things which he considered for me? But yeah, I do know about this one.
Okay, so how was the experience interviewing your first foreigner, and did you like the interview? And how were what were they? How did they feel having you as an interviewer of them, and they were being a guest? Did they like it, or what was the reviews?
Yeah, I think she liked the interview, and I think that also she didn't like, because it was my first interview, and like for me the experience was great because it was my first interview. I didn't have that much energy in me as I have today for the interviews. As I still have for the interview. I couldn't do like this as I'm doing with you. My English was not that much good. I couldn't speak English very fastly as I'm speaking today. Like I didn't have that flow. So yeah, language barriers. I think that language barriers comes whenever we connect with someone internationally. So that was also a big reason, a big barrier for me. But the experience was really great because it was my first interview, so I was very excited and I was doing, for me, I was doing all the things um, very nicely, you know. So yeah, it was a great experience. And when I watched my, my early interviews, so it feels like I, you know, I mark the mistakes as myself. Like here's the mistake, here's the mistake. That question was not good. That kind of thing happens with me. So yeah.
Yeah, that happens with me too. I also do it in my old interviews. So, like, I watched a few minutes of your interview with Gabriel, and I really liked it when you were interviewing him. I think it was the starting of your interview series or something like that. So, did you enjoy that one? And interviewing with foreigners, how many guests have you interviewed?
Can you repeat your first question? I just missed it.
Yeah, I was saying like, how was your interview with Gabriel? I watched a few minutes of it. He works in at NASA, I think. Yeah, and oh, well, how many guests have you interviewed? Foreigners.
I have some interviews which I considered as like my most favorite interviews and my special interviews which gone very amazing. I don't remember that much, about interviewing Gabriel. It was also a great experience with him, but I don't know that much that how was it, because it's been almost 1 year since I've joined Rehan school. So it was my starting of the interviews. I think it was my third or fourth interview with him, you know, to be honest. And I have interviewed almost 200 foreigners, almost 200 foreigners I have interviewed, including many TEDx speakers, including many successful podcasters, including many successful company owners, businessmen. So yeah, I hope that answered.
Okay, so like you just told me that you have interviewed 200 foreigners, and that just exploded my mind. So, like, would you like to just brief that what you learned in those interviews, and what was the best interview you had till now, and all the experiences you had, the things you learned through them, and like to TEDx speakers, did you told them that you watched their video and you really liked it? Did you even distribute them the video? And the business owners, I want to know all that.
Yeah, a great question. So, um, like the TEDx speaker, which I interviewed, um, he was not that one which we watch TEDx video or that kind of thing. I watched his TEDx video, just before, um, a day before, when I was about to interview him. So I talk about that, but it was a great experience with him. I corrected, when I interview someone, it makes the bridges to connect with other people as well. So yeah, it was a great experience, and I interviewed. Which was your second question? Like,
Like
Have
I
I
had,
explained what were all the rest of the interviews been?
yeah, like did you told the TEDx about? You told about the TEDx speakers you interviewed. So what was the experiences with them, and did you told them that you, or did you just review their video and told about that it was such a great video, you watched it with your school, and how many were
Yeah,
interested in the school?
yeah. Uh, I did talk about that I reviewed your video and it was really great and very helpful, and I was constantly sharing with him that your video is very helpful. His video was about social media, the ethical and the ethical use of social media and the limits which we have to put between us and social media. So yeah, that was absolutely a very helpful video, and I personally gained many knowledge, and very helpful tips from that video. And I interviewed tell you asked about which is the best interview till now. To be honest, when I interview someone, I'm doing this daily, and if I will interview someone today, so I don't know that maybe it'll be a best one for me also. But till now, I interviewed like a day before yesterday someone, a lady. So that interview was very amazing, and that was that much amazing that she told me that the questions which I asked her, she is going to take all those questions in her own podcast to ask other guests. Like she found my interviews questions that much insightful and deep for her. So yeah, I hope that answered.
Yeah, that's great. So I heard something like that as you told about the interview that she will take her to her podcast with some other person, because it's like when you ask very deep and interesting, so it's like so good that guest likes it. And I think I should now step to the fun questions, like your likes, your dislikes. So in your introduction, it was like you love fast food. So like if you could eat one dish forever, what would it be?
Can you repeat that again?
Yeah, my question was that I got to know that you love fast food. So like, if you could eat one dish forever, what would it be?
Oh, about fast food. I'm a big fan of fast food, so I like like burgers and all that junk food, which is also not healthy for us. But I do like burgers. I like pizza and sandwiches and all the junk food, which is unhealthy. I like that. But if you as you're asking about one dish, so burgers are most favorite dish of mine. Beef burger.
I'm also a big fan of fast food. I also love fast food, and my every interview, I always tell that I like fast food so much. I don't like desi foods. They're like something I don't like in them. It's that I have to put some like almond seeds and something else to not to other like place. I don't wanna eat them.
Yeah,
So
but we also have to eat desi food sometimes because it is very healthy for us, and when we constantly eat junk foods, it can harm us. It can harm our stomach. Yeah, please continue.
yeah, I know it harms us, but what can we do? The taste is so good. Well, so like, if you could introduce yourself in just three words, what would it be?
In two words, you know, the thing, you know, which made me very famous in this whole academy, and not only in this whole academy, and outside, outside from our academy, like in Facebook and LinkedIn, many people approach me. They ask me about how I approach foreigners. They ask tips, related to this. So, in two words, is in two lines or two words? Can I do okay?
And you can do whatever you like, whichever way you
Yeah,
like.
yeah. And the other thing which I known for is persistency. Yesterday a lady interviewed me. Like, I've been to Joe's podcast. So she was interviewing me and I was as a guest. So she was constantly like asking about how I became that much persistent with her. I approached her in the month of September 2024, and we finally, like, eventually had the interview or the conversation, whatever you call it, in Jan 2025. So you know that long time period has passed and I was still following up with her. But the problem was that her husband was passed away, and she couldn't, do the interview with me. So that's why it took very long. And because I was following up with her, so I had the honor finally to interview her. So yeah, I am um I'm best podcaster in this academy, and like, I'm very persistent person, uh, that I can use for the two words introduction.
Okay. So, I was having another question. Like, if you like, why didn't you join Karangi campus? Wasn't it near some other problems? And I think Khanewala campus is also in Karachi. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Why didn't you join it? Like, wasn't it a better option than online academy?
Yeah. So why I didn't join Rehan School, Karangi campus? The problem was, and still it is the problem that Rehan School, Karangi campus, it is, in the it is in 30 minutes of drive, you know, from my house. So like, if I would join Rehan School Korangi campus, so I had to travel daily for 30 to, maybe if the traffic is jam, so I have to travel, for 40. Maybe it could take 40 minutes, also. So that was the problem why I didn't join Rehan School Korangi campus. But the curriculum is same here, same there, same students. Not, they're also doing interview, they're also doing the same task, and we're also doing same task. So yeah, that is the main reason why I didn't join Rehan School Krangi campus. But I heard that Serhan is also opening the new campus at North Karachi. So which is, I also lives in North Karachi. So if he really opened that school, so I would join that physical campus.
Oh, that's great. So, like, I wanna ask, like, um, do you sketch, or what type of sketching do you do?
Oh wow, like, it's been very long since I, did this sketching. Um, I've made like Khairate Azam's sketch. I've made Allama Iqbal's sketch, and which looks very realistic. Sometime, I will show you in the class. So like you can imagine how good I was at sketching. But because of the shortage of time, you know, many people think that it is the, you know, very easy as I'm approaching the foreigners. You know, approaching foreigners is not easy. It take my whole day sometime in just approaching them. Many people reject my request, you know, and if I approach 10 foreigners, so only one of them would be interested to be interviewed by me. Anyways, so yeah, I've made different type of sketches, you know, and it's been 2 years since I do the sketching. So yeah.
Oh, well, I also want to sketch, and I don't even know how to sketch the exact person in the exact way. Like, I want to learn it, and I think you're gonna teach me later or some time. And I would love to have the
Yeah,
sketch
sure.
of. I will love to see the sketch of Lamek in the class. So, like like how many things that you collection of things like you would have a collection of so many things you love it. I just like stamp catching but not that much. I also like the collection of some other things. So what is your collection hobbies?
I have I've made a sketch of Osman, you know, Osman Ghazi, son of Artugul Ghazi, if you know about him. Have you watched that series, Artugul Ghazi? So yeah,
Yeah,
I've also made Artugul Ghazi sketch. I've made Osman Ghazi's sketch. I've made his horse sketch, and I've made different houses. Um, I've made my own house sketch, and I have many things, but you know, I would tell you um, after opening my sketchbook that how many sketches I've made.
oh, that's great. So you are such a good sketcher, I think. So, what does success mean to you?
And another thing I wanna mention here that like our school, like where I was before Rehan School, in Malaysia Foundation Academy, they announced a competition, sketching competition, and like first they said that to first make sketch different sketches as example. We have only our subject books, you know, at that moment, and I've just opened my English book, and like there was chapter, there was a sketch of a drawing of a boy and his father. So I just took that, I started, you know, doing copying that sketch, and they chosen me. So yeah, it was also a very, like there was 30 no 40 students in the class, and I was the only who've been chosen for the sketching competition. um so yeah, can you repeat your question? Sorry for that.
Yeah, my question was that what does success mean to you? How do you feel that I am successful, and how, like, what things would you have?
Yeah, I've been asked by this question many times. So first of all, we have different type of definitions of success. Some people think that success is to become millionaire. Some people think that success is to be a wealthy person, but not really. It is not the exact definition of success. Success is something, the thing which you want. You know, if you are successful to achieve that thing, whether it is a small thing like you have marked to um, to perform the Fajr prayer, you know, next morning, and if you're successful to perform that Fajr prayer, because not everyone can do this. It's very difficult to awake, in the early morning. So yeah, if you are successful to get the Fajr prayer, so you are successful. So success to me, it's mean to get the things which you wanna get. mm, not that big things, not that big goals, but you can, if you're successful to get your small, to get a small, even a small thing, so you call successful.
Okay, so really, success really means that, but people just say that it means to be a millionaire or being a wealthy person, as you told. So, in reality, success is something that the thing we want, when we'll get it, we'll be successful. So, that's amazing. So, if you could start your own business of anything, so what will it be, and what kind of business things, like what kind of products will it have, and can you share about it?
I haven't think like about my business, and your question just made me to think about it. So if I would have a business, so it would be a, like, um what would it be? So actually, I'm thinking to be an expert in AI first, and I want to launch my own AI tools, um, globally. Excuse me. So that all the people's internationally, globally, they can use it. So if I would have a business, it would be a frequent business, like fragrance. Sorry, fragrance. Um, so yeah, Ether, Ether's business.
Okay, so well, this is a good business because if you would even do it online, it is a thing that just hooks people, and they just want to buy it, whether it's good or they just like the scent or not, and it's something that attracts everybody, and it's a good thing. Well, so I think this interview has been gone so long. So would I end it?
Yeah, sure. And you would probably ask about my final piece of advice, you know. So yeah, my final piece of advice is for your listeners, for your audience, is that be persistent in your life. We have three things, to become a successful person in our life. First thing is empathy. The second thing is consistency, and the third thing is, it is my own definition to the success. The third thing is persistency. Whatever you have, wherever you're working on, you have to be persistent with that work, and you have to be consistent. Many people do that, they are close to their success, and they leave their business, they leave their work at the mid of the success. So be consistent, be persistent, and be an empathetical and ethical. The both things are very important to become a successful person. So yeah, thank you so much, Mariam. Your questions were really good, and as yourself, you're a good podcaster. And when you interview other foreigners, so they will be happy with you, with your questions. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Well, I learned one thing that I have to ask the a piece of advice at the end. I just learned it right now. So, um, thank you so much for being a guest in my interview, giving me your time. And this was my interview with Fahad AI Wala, and he was such a. I think this was the best interview of me, and I'll meet you all in my next interview. And till then, you can also watch my other interviews on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X. Be connected with me on all social media platforms. Till then, stay tuned, take care, keep watching, and bye bye.